Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League on Sporty Stuff TV. Welcome along. It's the first time you are joining us. This is Phase 2, Week 2 and Night 4, Night 1 of Group B. 5 players in action for your enjoyment, 10 matches in total. And we start with the favourite to win this group, Jason Askew. He's 13 to 10 to win Group B. He's up against Rob Collins. Bit of previous between these two from a few weeks ago, and Jason Askew won them both 4-0 and 4-2. Looking at all the stats across the board from these two players, one's had 14 matches in the league, the other 16. Jason Askew tops every single table. So we start off with a very backable 1-2 shot. And Rob Collins is quoted as 6-4. This is Jason Askew. For you dart fans that have been watching darts for a few years, you may recognise the name Askew, and yes, he is the son of Dave Askew. This is Rob Collins from Bognor Regis. 27, Jason Askew. Remembering myself as a youth player, he actually has the highest average on record, 118.44. That was in Phase 1 of the Online Darts Live League. That was against Jason Askew against Aaron Monk. Our next best, of course, was Kevin Burness just a week ago, 117.20. Today's Group C current league leader, Colin Osborne, chipped in with a wonderful average today against Richard North, 107.69. He tops that table currently. Remember, the top 2 from our morning group, Group C, will join Jared Cole, who won Group A over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the top 3 from this group will also join the other 3 in the 6-man field on Saturday night. All the matches, best of 7, of course, first to 4, 2 points for a win. Full lineup this evening. Following this match, Joe Davis against Andy Jenkins, who finished second in Group A. And then Scott Baker is our 5th player of this group, and he's up against Rob Collins in match number 3. 10 matches to bring you. And we'll, as I do during our morning session, when we've got a little bit of data to go from, give you my feelings on anything that stands out in terms of the betting.
First leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Just for those of you that are following for the first time, I don't tend to go by opinion. I rely purely on data.
140.
And although I fancy Askew strongly because of that data, Rob Collins has played 16 matches and hit 13 180s. Just keep that in mind. If he doesn't hit one in this match, the bookies go over 0.5 180s about Rob Collins. So in some of the matches that I think that may go a little bit closer, so we've got a few more legs to be played. If they stick around that 0.5 at 8 to 13, that does represent some value, because he's just under 180 per match on average. Jason
60.
was involved in our special just prior to this Phase 2 relaunch a few weeks ago. Didn't have a good night.
140.
That was won by Richie Burnett, of course.
57.
Last week's winner, Martin Adams, already awaits the winner of this for week 5, which will be
140.
Champions Week, which will be made up of the 4 weekly winners and those that finish in second spot in the groups, and then
140. Jason,
players
require
that are
120.
runner-up and win the 3rd and 4th place playoff. More about that Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Myself and Phil Bars on the
45.
Online
Rob,
Darts
require
YouTube channel.
82.
This for a holder throw. 17 for tops. There's the 17, just.
62.
So
Jason, you require 75.
an early break opportunity for Askew. And that's a perfect start. 2 12s. 2 6s.
69. Rob, you require
Long way off.
20. Game shot on the
A bit of
first
early
leg.
nerves
Rob
from
Collins.
both players, but it's Rob Collins that finds the double 10 with his final dart, a 21 dart holder throw. But Jason Askew did have 2 darts for the earliest opportunity
Second leg, it's
to break
Jason
throw.
To throw first. Game on.
Won't quite hit the
95.
panic button just yet. Although nowadays, best of 7 is quite a short race.
100.
It's got a bit of an old football strip look to that shirt of
48.
Jason Askew. But Rob Collins, when he does
45.
get his eye in and he finds that first dart in the lipstick, does tend to fill it.
140. 100.
A little bit of a lead with the throw in leg 2 for Jason Askew. He was going for an 18 there, I can assure you.
81.
The way he played in that special will still be in the back of his mind, I'm sure.
100. Jason, you
Down to
require
a finish.
137.
After 12 darts, 77. Needed the treble 19 for double 10.
83.
And again,
Rob,
that's
you
a sloppy
require
dart.
156.
Means he will only get 2 darts at a double instead of 3, missing the big 18.
100.
And now there's pressure
Jason,
on it.
you require 54.
Tops.
14. Rob, you require 56.
Double trouble for Jason Askew.
Game shot on the second leg.
The double
Rob
10
Collins.
has been kind to Rob Collins. Hit it in the first leg with his final dart. Hit it in the second leg with his final dart. He leads 2-0 and a breaker throw up.
Third leg,
Bit of
it's
work
Rob
for
to
Askew
throw
to do
first.
from here.
Game on. $100. 140.
Needs a few more of those.
100. 41.
Form seems to be continuing from a couple of weeks ago at the moment.
140.
He really is in a spot of bother now. Like I said, looking at
60.
all the data
Rob,
going
you
into
require
this one.
161.
Finishing percentages, 180s. overall average, highest average, all pointed in the direction of a comfortable
97.
Jason Askew throw. However, that form from a couple of weeks ago, thought maybe it would have been
84.
just a blip
Rob,
and just a bad night at the
64.
office. That form is continuing. Worrying signs. Tops.
Game shot on the third leg. Rob Collins.
Getting better and better. Rob Collins, 21 dart holder throw in leg one, an 18 dart breaker throw, and a 15 dart holder throw. 3-0 up.
Fourth leg. It's
Jason
Jason
Askew.
to throw first. Game on.
Has it all to do. And if you're wondering why,
85.
Jason Askew, of course, was a favourite to win this group by some margin. He was 13-10 favourite to top the group after the 2 evenings. And one of the
100.
favourites to win the week outright. That's because, coming into this,
58.
his statistics are superior to anyone else's. Not so in this game. Throwing that
60.
out the window.
79.
Best thing you can do when you're in this kind of vein of form or lack of form is try and play through it. Well, of course, not really any options
32.
to play through it at the moment. I know there is a few clubs and pubs that are allowing darts.
58.
Only 88 behind here. Rob Collins can't leave a finish now.
93.
Maximum of 4 legs remain, and Askew has to win them all.
$81.
Charlie Costafine, our referee, since the guidelines, of course, were relaxed a little bit, we were
59.
granted permission to have
Jason
a referee.
require 140.
Fine job he's done. He will have completed
29.
105 matches
Rob, you require
by
157.
the time the final dart goes in Saturday night, Sunday morning. 104 left. He fancied that.
83. Jason, you require 111.
Aye, aye, aye. Doesn't he need it? Double 16.
95.
0
Rob, you
from
require
5 on
74.
the doubles. No such trouble for Collins. 3 from 7.
64.
Oh, last
Jason
knock-ins
requires
for Askew.
16. Game shot on the fourth leg. Jason Askew.
And a 22 dart holder throw there for Jason Askew. Still has it all to do. Let's hope he doesn't get a little bit like that shirt. It looks a
Fifth
bit,
leg. It's Rob to throw first. Game on.
it looks a bit Spursy, that shirt.
$41.
An early opportunity.
$86.
Doesn't particularly look a technical issue with Jason Askew. It may be more just a confidence issue.
100.
Like most sport, it's predominantly played between the ears.
43. $140.
Very, very close to the first maximum of the match.
100. 100.
Coming up next, Joe Davis against Andy Jenkins. As I said, Andy was the runner-up in a very
79.
tight,
Robbie
very
required
enjoyable
120.
Group A over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So he'd be well rested and well practiced.
82.
And he looked fairly focused over the first 3 days, looked switched on. Rob Collins
96.
is about to
Rob,
switch
you require
Jason Askew
38.
off. Double 19 for a 4-1 win. 6-4 before the off.
19. Jason, you require 97.
There's the trouble 19 to leave tops. Nowhere near.
77. Rob, you require 19.
When you're not struggling, those chances go in. And for our first upset of the night.
11. Jason, you require 20.
Well, he can't complain. He's not had his chances. Can he slide down the side of that? Having to move.
No score. Rob, you require 8. Game, shot, and the match. Rob Collins.
Rob Collins will care not about the averages. He will care about the 2 points. And that's a big win over Jason Askew. And those woes continue for Askew. That's a 4-1 defeat in the opening match. He was 1-2 before the off. Collins was 6-4. And Collins wins with an average of 77.16. But look at those checkouts from Askew. Just 1 from 11. Worrying times. Right, up next, Joe Davis against Andy Jenkins. We'll see you in a sec on Sporty Stuff TV. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for match number 2 of this Group B. 24-year-old Joe Davis from Brighton up against Andy Jenkins, former PDC World Championship semi-finalist. Joe Davis quoted at 4-5, Jenks 10-11. Not a lot between them in terms of averages in the matches that they've played in the live league. Joe Davis, an average of 84.20 in 51 games. Andy played a few more, 75 and 84.22. So this one is definitely a coin flip and a bit of a pick'em. I just side with Jenks on the basis.
First leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
3 days of competitive action in the studio.
$58. 60. 85. 140.
60 and a 140 for Andy, looking
60.
to try and get an early break and a foothold in the match. When you are throwing second, which is purely random.
100.
You've only got those 7 legs, of course, to try and find a break of throw. And of course,
41.
also avoid having your own throw broken, but 56 in front plus these. That's a little bit of a wild one.
36.
Just forcing things at the moment is Andy.
$96.
Don't give Andy Jenkins much chance of hitting a 180 over 0.5, so 1 or more. His odds of 5 to 4.
Joe,
and when you look
161
at those stats, they are so equal. I think this one has legs.
65. Andy requires 75.
Of course, the longer the match goes, or the longer the potential the match has to go in terms of legs, the more chance we're going to see the 180.
35.
It's 10-11 about Joe Davis
96
to hit at least 180 in the match. Trouble 17 for tops.
36. Andy, you require 40. Game shot on the first leg. Andy Jenkins.
Well, the perfect start for Andy Jenkins. A break of throw in the opening leg. Puts Joe Davis on the back foot and gives Andy a bit of confidence, of course.
Second
leg
leg,
2.
it's Andy to throw
Andy
first.
to throw first.
Game on.
Edgy start from all 4 players so far this evening.
100. 140.
First 140 of the match for Joe Davis.
140.
Joe has a tournament high average of 102.04.
100.
Andy Jenkins is best in the live league, 100.15.
140. 91. Andy, you require 121.
Jenks should get 6 darts at this, hence he's
89.
opted out from going 11 ball because he doesn't
Joe, you
fancy
require 170.
Davis to take the 170 out. We've had a 170 this week. We've had a 164 and a 167, but the 170 came from Colin Osborne.
98. Andy, you require 32.
For 2-0.
Game shot on the second leg.
And that's
Andy
a
Jenkins.
14 darter. Best leg of the night so far. It won't be the best by the time we wrap things up in the early hours, but it is Andy Jenkins that takes a commanding
Third leg
2-0
is Joe
lead.
to throw first. Game on. $100. 137.
Both players starting to settle into the task.
140.
Turn on a 140 at the start of leg 3. You know, it is a must-win leg, of course, for
100.
Joe Davis. It's only a handful of players since its entirety of this live league that have come back from 3-0 down.
140.
Oh, this is a beautiful leg from Joe Davis. 2 140s and a ton. Down to 121 after 9.
59.
And he left
Joe, you require
in his wake.
121.
Wonderful sporting name, of course, Joe Davis. Look at this, 888.
Game shot on the third
It's
leg.
in the corner,
Joe Davis.
but it's in the double, and that's a 12 dart leg. So we've just had our best leg of the night, a 14. I suggested it wouldn't last long. I didn't expect it to go in the very next leg. That's a 12
Fourth leg,
darter.
it's Andy to throw first. Game on.
A hold of throw and a 1-2-1 finish. You'll want something similar to that against the throw, of course. Andy Jenkins
140.
has other ideas. Those players averaging over 90.
121. 60.
'If you're not old enough, by the way, to know who Joe Davis was, well, I'm not really. I
60.
obviously wasn't born, but he was a prolific snooker and billiards player. For around about
100.
30 years, from the mid-1920s to the 1950s. Passed away, aged
97.
77 in 1978. I'm pretty sure.
$130.
Oh, this has been a fabulous response from Andy Jenkins. Looking to re-establish that 2-leg cushion. Just 71 points away. But great pressure.
140. Andy
from Joe
requires
Davis.
71.
18 for tops. There's the 18.
51.
You could
Joe, you
hear
require 83.
how close that was. The click was audible on the double. Treble 17. So 66 remaining, 16 and ball. There's the 16.
58.
The line was good.
And you require 20.
The weight was slightly over-pitched. And his good pal Rob Collins
Game shot in the fourth leg. Andy Jenkins.
A good run on the double 10, didn't he, in match one? And Andy Jenkins continues that vein, does re-establish the two-leg cushion, leads 3-1, and
Fifth
must
leg,
hold a
it's
throw
throw
in leg 5
Game on.
for Joe Davis. Good match. Started off with an edgy looking leg.
180.
That's our first max of the night. Yeah, and a 21 dart breaker throw, and then we've had 3 holds to throw. A 14 from
85.
Andy, a 12 with that wonderful 1-2-1 from Joe, and then we've just had a 17 dart hold. Did have the 9 darter, of course, last week. A second for James Richardson.
100.
We have had a 10 this week.
100.
Well, we get a 9. Let my pal Nico have all the 9s.
$131.
Paul Nicholson back on Monday for week 3.
84.
Great little
So
lineup.
you require 90.
More on that again at 6 o'clock on Saturday evening on the Online Darts YouTube channel with myself and Phil Bars. We'll be talking tungsten. You can get involved. Well, he's too good. He went for a 25 to leave tops, and he's found the ball.
82.
But another strong leg with the throw. Double 4 after 12. He's averaging 98.17. Here's Joe Davis.
Joe, you require 8.
And he trails 3-1.
Game shot on the fifth
Make that
leg. Joe Davis.
3-2. But it's Andy Jenkins who has the darts in leg 6. Can he serve it out and get his first 2 points on the board?
Sixth leg. It's Andy to throw first. Game on. $135.
2 out of 3 on the doubles for Joe. 66.67%. 3 out of 8 for Andy.
85.
37.5. Both players have hit 4 140s. Ton pluses. 9-6 in favour of Andy
45.
Jenkins. That's a bit of a slip. Being punished.
80.
Needed another treble.
$97.
112. He trails, minus these.
85.
Very important final dart in the treble 20. Any slip now.
140.
Oh, there is no slip. It's a 140. A 5th for Andy.
$140. Andy require 84.
Oh, he's not going down without a fight. Joe Davis, 79 remaining. Needed the treble 19 for double 11.
44.
So 111. He's taken out 1-2-1. Can he take out 1-1-1?
Joe, you require 111.
Can still do it. Treble 17. Oh, needed that to leave tops.
51.
So Andy will return at
Andy
tops.
require 40.
For a very impressive 4-2 win.
30. Joe, you require 60.
So 3 match darts for Andy Jenkins. And the news will get worse because a breaker throw here means Davis, of course, will be throwing for the match in leg 7. And he will be throwing for the match in leg 7. Denies Andy Jenkins another opportunity to see it out. All the pressure now is reversed, and it's all on Andy Jenkins to break throw in the 7th and decided leg.
To throw first. Game on.
Well, the bookies couldn't split them. And they were right. We've
97.
Gone down to the wire.
$100.
Who is going to blink first?
$81.
Yet again, that's a huge dart. Finding that treble 20.
43. $42.
Well, minimum here of a 140 for Andy.
$100.
Well, not quite enough. And this is why.
100.
He's in that same situation. Needs the trebles. That's so unfortunate. Bottom wire, top
100.
wire. Super final dart to leave 158. But how low will Joe go on this 181? That's a good dart for him. He does like to drop on top of the first dart. And again, the final dart.
158.
Last dart, Joe. Oh, I like the 18s here. Rather than move.
43.
Only 43. And I think
Joe, you require 84.
that's all she wrote. Trailed throughout this match.
59.
Just misses the bullseye.
And you require 115.
Can he pull one out of the fire? 19's first. That leaves 96. Needed one treble in the combination.
59. Joe, you require 25. Game, shot, and the match.
Again,
Joe
finds
Davis.
the corner. A little bit fortunate there, and the smile from Andy Jenkins tells you all you need to know. Joe Davis averaged 90.54. Andy Jenkins 85.43. That average dragged down by that 3 from 11 on doubles, just 27.27%. Where you look across, 57.14% for Joe Davis, and he picks up the 2 points. Right, we're going to be back with Scott Baker against Rob Collins. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV and the Online Darts Live League. This is match number 3. Scott Baker up against Rob Collins. Scott Baker's first match of the night. He finished 3rd in Group A, which was played over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. That was won by Jared Cole. Andy Jenkins, we've just seen, was runner-up, and this man was in 3rd spot. Although, looking at the averages, he pretty much was the best player over the 3 days, just about. Well, they go 1-2. Scott Baker, well, they went 1-2. Okay, with Jason Askew to beat Rob Collins, who yet again is 6-4. Oh, I find it hard to disagree with the odds makers on this one.
100.
Over the 3 days, Scott Baker averaged pretty much around 90. What did I tell you about the 180s? That's what I said. Keep an eye on that 0.5. And yet again, it was the over 0.5 for Rob Collins. Didn't find one in his first match, so I did tell you to follow him in the next one.
125.
He's 5 into the 9. I think the consistency of Baker, as I said in that opening match, despite Rob Collins picking up the win, only averaged 77. If he's around anything like that, he's going to get his boots smoked by this man. 81 remaining.
137.
Leaves 24.
Robbie 136.
So despite the 180-125 start, Scott Baker looks like he's going to hold
100. Scott, you require 24. Game shot on the first leg.
What an absolutely blistering start to this one on Sporty Stuff TV. We had a 180 and a 13 darter there from Scott Baker. He holds throw. He leads 1 leg to 0.
To throw first. Game on. $100. $45.
Joe Davis back in action in our next one. Interestingly, Askew 8-15, Joe Davis 11-8. Well, on the evidence we have seen so far this evening, and on the back
100
of the special evening, Jason Askew finished bottom in a matter of weeks ago, which I thought maybe just a blip. That form, or poor form,
59.
looks to have boiled over into this evening's play. Maybe worth opposing him
60
if he repeats anything like his performance in the opening match against Joe Davis. You have to fear for him. Joe Davis, a very solid 90.54. What did I tell you?
180.
He can hit the maxes. Where Jason Askew only averaged 74.6.
41. Rob, you require 121.
96 remaining. Removing the ball out of the equation because he wouldn't have gone for the ball, and that's why you go that route. If you'd have hit the ball, it would have left 71, which is treble 13, double 16. If you do it at 13, it would have left 58.
97.
Either way,
Rob requires 16.
He's trying to give himself
Game shot on the second leg.
a hassle-free 3 darts at a double, and that's exactly what he got, and he hit it in dart 1. A great start to this match. A 13 darter followed by a 16 darter. Game on, 1 apiece.
Third leg, it's Scott to throw first. Game on.
Everything going with throw. 2 180s from
100.
Rob Collins. He's averaging 103.5 right now.
60.
Just 26 points more than he averaged in his first game.
25.
Here's Scott Baker beginning to feel the heat.
$100.
This is match number 3 of
100.
10. We have to bring you this evening. Please try and gamble responsibly. Only gamble what you can afford to lose.
93. 140.
An old school player, Scott Baker, stands fairly square on. There's no real dramatics. Not really an aimer, just pulls the dart back and fires them in. And it works.
Game shot on the third leg.
Right in the middle of double 8 for a 136 finish and a holder throw. I thought he was beginning to feel it a little bit there after that wonderful second leg from Rob Collins, but answers all the questions. Scott Baker with a 136 checkout, the highest of the night. And that was a 15 dart hold.
140.
Much better game than I anticipated, that's for sure.
95.
Go as short as 4 to 11.
83.
In running about Scott Baker.
100.
Rob Collins really has raised his game. Like I say, these aren't
60.
tips. These are my thoughts based on the data in front of me. I'm just relaying that to you for those
84.
of you that do enjoy having a little flutter on the arrows.
$38.
Stops you going in blind, a bit like me when the football's on a Saturday.
100.
I think I might as well just post a £20 note through the bookies.
140.
Post box.
Scott, you require 122.
Trouble 18. Oh, would have left the ball. 90 left. Trouble 20.
90.
So, just
Rob,
in
you
case.
require 40.
Doesn't look like missing though, does he?
Game
and
shot
doesn't.
On the fourth leg.
Finishing
Collins.
from these two has been outstanding. 4 wonderful legs of darts, 4 wonderful holds of throw. 2 apiece now, a best of 3.
Fifth leg, it's Scott to throw first. Game on.
Making a mockery of that 6 to 4,
100.
like he did in the opening game. That was more down to the poor performance of Jason Askew. Not so in this match. Both players 100%
60.
on doubles. You're yet to see a missed double in this match. When we do, will it be costly?
97.
Maybe we won't. Well, they go through the card 100% on the in the match.
100.
Rob Collins still maintaining
100.
a very, very tidy 96 average at the moment. 95 for Scott Baker. This is impressive stuff.
100. $54. 180. Scott, you require 150.
Is that the game changer? Should be treble 18 or treble 10.
110. Rob, you require 61.
44 has options. Full tops, a bit of Motown.
Game shot on the
Sensational
Rob Collins.
From Rob Collins. A break of throw, and yet again did not miss a dart at a double, taking out that 61. A lovely 110 from Scott Baker to leave tops,
Sixth
but
leg.
didn't
It's
get a
Rob
go.
To throw first. Game on.
That 180, I did suggest,
60.
was a game changer. Man of steel, Rob Collins, as you can see on his shirt. Oh, he's had a steely determination, hasn't he?
83.
Absolutely fantastic performance. 98.07 the average.
96.
Well, I've seen glimpses of this, which is why I pointed you in the direction of the
60.
180 line. This is the best I've seen him play over this kind of distance. Seen flashes of it. Seen his scoring potential.
100.
His doubles have always been a bit of a cause for concern. It was only 4 from 14
100.
in that opening match tonight, 28%.
$100.
His overall doubles percentage in the 16
100.
matches Rob Collins
Rob,
has
require
played in the live league
145.
is under 30%. Well, right now, it's at 100.
59.
Well,
Scott,
the way
you
he's
require
finishing,
158.
Baker has to get this.
58. Rob, you require
Not even
86.
close. Treble 18 for double 16. Single 18 for the ball. Just make sure of the 18. Well, it'd be almost fitting to finish it
61.
off by hitting
Scott,
the button.
You require 100.
Scott Baker still a bit to do here. Tops. That was
60.
that
Rob,
was
you require 25.
the attempt. So to see out and finish off a blinder. Oh dear, 7 left. Double 2.
21. Scott, you require 40. Game shot on the 6th.
Double
leg.
trouble
Scott
coming
Baker.
back to haunt Rob Collins as Scott Baker says thanks very much. Steps in, pops the tops in, breaks throw. He has the darts in the final and deciding
Final
leg number
It's Scott
7.
to throw first. Game on.
What a really entertaining match.
140.
2 match darts for Rob Collins. The dart at the ball. And then fluffed his lines. He was looking
55.
for 1 double 12, of course, and shanked it into the 18.
60.
Only 60. 140 will keep him interested. Just over pitching.
60.
Trust me, in the back of his mind, he'll be thinking about that leg number 6 and how he didn't manage to win it.
140.
There's some grit from the man of steel.
140.
180, number 4 maybe.
180. Scott, you require 61.
44. Will he go full tops? He does.
Game, shot,
And he hits.
And the match. Scott Baker.
A 15-dart hold of throw to close the show. What an absolute stunning match of darts from both. 91.88 the average for Baker. 93.84. Fluffed his lines, didn't he, at the end of that match? Rob Collins, but should fill him with lots of confidence for the rest of his matches. Up next, Jason Askew takes on Joe Davis on Sporty Stuff TV. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV. This is the Online Darts Live League. And this is match number 4, featuring Jason Askew against Joe Davis. Well, Scott Baker winning that last match 4-1, 100% on the doubles. There's a table update. Rob Collins, the only player now to have played 2 matches, won 1, lost 1. Jason Askew, lost his first match 4-1. As you can see, -3 on the leg difference. And he played poorly. Well, he was the favourite to win the group. Like me, I thought that performance in the special we did a couple of weeks ago, and it was just a blip. It looks like he's not in good form, and Joe Davis
First leg, it's Jason
certainly
to throw first.
showed
Game on.
some impressive form in his opening 4-3 win against Andy Jenkins.
84.
Jason 8-15 for this one, despite that performance in the opening match. 11-8 about Joe Davis.
96.
I personally, looking at those stats, would oppose Askew here.
57.
It wasn't just a bad opening game, it was worryingly poor.
134.
Where Joe Davis came through quite an examination from Andy Jenkins and trailed
125
throughout until Andy Jenkins missed 3 match starts, of course.
101.
But everybody who's had the throw so far tonight, so everybody on the left-hand side who started the match
119.
in legs 1,
Joe, you require
3, 5, 7,
170.
etc., have all won their matches. Whether that has any bearing or not on this one, we'll have to wait and see.
96. Jason, you require 116. 60. Joe, you require 74.
For a break of throw at the earliest opportunity. Treble 14 for double 16, that's fine. 9 for double 16. 33 and 9 is 42.
42.
To leave 32.
Jason, you require 56.
42, of course, is what treble 14 added up to. Oh dear, that's poor. 49 remaining. 17 for double 16. And
24.
that misses the double. His woes continue.
Joe, you require 32. Game shot on the first leg.
No such
Joe
drama
Davis.
for Joe Davis, and that's a 16 dart breaker throw, just $1 double in that leg for Jason Askew. Made a mess of it, didn't he? This is worrying signs.
Second leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on. $140. $41.
Joe Davis, one of the 4 players to have hit a 170 in the phase 2 of our online darts live league.
140.
Colin Osborne, of course, has hit 2 now.
134.
Andy Jenkins has also chipped in with 1. Also seen 1 from James Richardson last week.
60. $134. Joe, you require 161.
Our other Scott Marsh as well. He's also hit 1.
125.
Super setup shot from young Joe Davis. In phase 1, Aaron Monk Also hit one. Alan Norris as well, of course, against Nathan Girvin.
Joe, you require 36.
Who we'll be seeing in phase 3.
Game shot on the second leg.
14 darter this time. A holder throw from Joe Davis. He's looking very, very comfortable. Continuing where he left off against Andy Jenkins. And unfortunately for Askew, he's continuing where he left off
third leg,
in that match against
first.
Rob Collins.
Game on.
It's just 1 from 11 on the doubles in that one, which again caused its own drama in terms of averages. He's averaging
44.
better here, but it's more of just a scoring average, of course. He's only had one double. Winning legs of 16 and 14 for Joe Davis. So if you combine that,
97.
it's an average of 15 darts, which equates to an average of 100.20.
134. $100. 58. 58. 117. 100.
On course here
Jason,
to hold throw.
148.
Pick up his first leg of this contest. Take a ton at this stage.
60. Joe, you require 146.
Wondering why he's gone for the 19s. Was looking
88.
at 6 19s for double 16. So treble 19, double 16. But that's treble 20 and
Jason
double
Askew.
14, an 88 finish and a 17 dart holder throw. Still work to do here for Askew. He is a break of throw down to Joe Davis, who starts leg 4.
Fourth leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
That will give Jason some encouragement. Much needed encouragement, of course.
60. 180.
Jason Askew is a serious player, as I said. As I informed you, he was favourite for the group, favourite for the week. That's the highest tournament average in the history of the Online Darts Live League. A 118.44 against Aaron Monk.
96. 100.
Has the button been pushed? Is he back?
$134. Jason, you require 96.
Great use of the 19s by Joe Davis to leave
56.
a very doable finish. That fabulous.
Joe, you require 116.
1-2-1, of course, against Andy Jenkins, which was the start of the comeback in that match. He was trailing 2-0. Topsy once.
96. Jason, you require 40. Game shot on the fourth leg.
And in goes
Jason
the double
Askew.
10. A little bit of emotion from Jason Askew because that's the break back. And we're back on throw. And that was a very tidy 14 darter. 1 dart for Joe Davis at
Fifth
tops
leg.
off
It's
the
Jason
116 to lead
Game on.
3-1. This is most definitely game on.
40.
Andy Jenkins and
140.
Scott Baker to follow. Andy Jenkins 10 to 11. Scott Baker very backable 4 to 5 in that one.
42. $140.
Back to back 140s for Davis. He's looking to get that break of throwback. Jason Askew's just gone missing again.
78.
Great last start. 160 scored though in 9. Not going to cut it, I'm afraid.
96.
Really has come on leaps and bounds in the matches I've seen him playing.
60.
Joe Davis.
Joe, you require 125.
Former youth finalist, of course. Started off quite nervously.
57.
Steadily looked more and more comfortable.
Joe, you require 68. Game shot on the fifth leg. Joe Davis.
Very clean break of throw from Joe Davis. He has the darts in leg 6. Can he serve it out with a holder throw? We're about to find out on Sporty Stuff TV.
Sixth leg. It's Joe to throw first. Game on.
There's a 14 dart break of throw there with that 68 checkout. Both very impressive on the numbers. Not as impressive, of course,
81.
as Scott Baker, who was 100%, but both of them on 50%.
$140. $140. $140. $96.
Joe Davis, of course, lost out in the World Youth Championships final. It was shown on ITV back in November.
93.
Losing out to Bradley Books in a close fought-out final.
58.
Looks like this one's going to be
Jason,
closely
you
fought
require
out.
128.
Jason Askew. Oh, needed the other treble.
88.
18 to leave double 10, but in a good
Joe,
position.
you require 126.
It's going to be our 3rd consecutive match that's going all the way. I don't like sleep anyway. Don't forget, we're back 9:30 live in the morning on the
58.
Online Darts YouTube channel.
Jason, you require 40. No score. Joe, you require 68.
I did this in the previous leg in 2 darts, treble 20, double 4. Not going to do it this time. He's going to have to go 16 for double 16.
Game, shot, and the match.
He
Joe
does
Davis.
Find the double, and we were correct to oppose Askew in that one and take the odds of 11 to 8 about Joe Davis. Sometimes the numbers just don't lie, and they certainly didn't in that match. An average of 94.53, but a vast improvement, of course, for Jason Askew. Right, we're going to be back with Andy Jenkins against Scott Baker. For that, because it's Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV. Here is the table after 4 matches. This will be our 5th match between Scott Baker and Andy Jenkins. As you can see, Joe Davis, 2 from 2. Can Scott Baker match that 2 from 2? Well,
first leg, it's Andy to throw first.
This is their
Game on.
4th meeting this week. The odds are 10 to 11 about Andy Jenkins, 4 to 5 about Baker. Now, Monday, Andy won
122.
4-2.
$100.
Tuesday, he did exactly the same. And yesterday, he did the treble.
81.
Winning 4-3.
$83.
On each occasion, it was a rather below performance from Scott Baker, and he seems to be in a
100.
different mindset this evening. Andy Jenkins, of course, lost his opener 4-3 with a
60.
respectable enough 85.43. Only 3 out of 11 on the doubles. Scott Baker won an absolute
98.
cracker against Rob Collins, 4-3, 100% on the doubles, and an average of nearly
100.
7 points
Andy
more.
require 100.
Has Andy
Game shot
got
on the
Baker
first leg.
in his
Andy
pocket?
Jenkins.
Or is Baker due a win? Well, a super start and a ton finish from Andy Jenkins to hold throw. Is that a statement of intent? Is he going to make it 4-0?
Second leg, it's Scott to throw first. Game on. 100. $117. 60.
It was a 14 dart hold with that 100 checkout from Jenks.
99.
Did have match darts, of course, to beat young Joe Davis.
96.
Joe back in action in our next one against Rob Collins. There you go, 5 to 6, each of 2 in that one.
130. 100. And you require 155.
To double his lead. It will be the highest finish of the night. It's not on now.
90.
Highest
Scott,
finish
you
of the night,
require
of course.
145.
The 136 from this man, the highest finish of the week. A 170 from Colin Osborne.
97. And you require 65.
Well, just in case. Ooh, horrible dart. 13 and ball. 63 remaining. The treble 13 leaves double 12, but should be just making sure of the 13. That leaves 24. It was risky.
Game shot on the second leg. Andy Jenkins.
Clinical on the finish. A ton in leg 1. 65 the hard way in leg 2. A breaker throw. Andy Jenkins now throwing for a 3-0 lead.
Third leg, it's Andy to throw first. Game on. 46.
Maybe he just likes playing Scott Baker and Scott Baker doesn't like playing Andy Jenkins.
41.
I was impressed
81.
with Andy over the 3 days. Remained pretty much switched on the entire time. Went through the card on Tuesday, of course. Didn't lose a
60.
match. He was playing darts. Something like these.
95. 60.
For those of you that don't realise, we are on
97.
television. If you're watching us on the Online Darts YouTube channel or across your chosen bookmaker, keep the app on and put us on the big TV.
97.
Enjoy the action. Channel 437, of course.
100. 137. Andy, you require 82.
For 3-0. He's been mustered on the finishing so far. 57 remaining. That leaves tops.
Game shot
And
on
that
the
leaves
third leg.
Scott
Andy
Baker
Jenkins.
in a spot of bother. He's 3-0 down. Andy Jenkins has the break of throw, of course. And Baker has to win them all from here.
Fourth leg. It's Scott
Clinical
to throw first. Game
so
on.
far from Andy Jenkins. Hold of throw in 14. Break of throw in 15.
100.
The 82 checkout. And a break of and a hold of throw in 18. Averaging 96.
58. 60.
I've got every stat in front of me, including what the players had for breakfast this morning. And how many teas they take in their, how many sugars they take in their
59.
tea. What I don't have is the stat of how many players have come back from 3-0. I do have it somewhere, but
85.
I maybe put a picture of this on Instagram. I must have around about 60 bits of A4 in front of me. A rather strong cup of coffee.
100.
A tablet and a laptop. And a bag of jelly
60.
snakes. I am living the dream.
$180.
So is Andy Jenkins with that max.
140. Andy, you require 104.
And to finish off a blinder. Oh dear. Didn't want that. Even the treble one's not too bad. Would have left him 101.
72.
Tidies things up to leave
Scott, you
32.
require 56.
Just in case Baker can't take out the 56. He's been good on his doubles.
Game shot on the
And
fourth
that
leg.
trend
Scott Baker.
continues. And he does peg one back, but Andy was poised to blow him away. 4-0. However, it's 3-1. Andy has the darts now in leg 5. Can he
Fifth
serve it
leg,
out?
It's Andy to throw first. Game on.
We've had 4-1 in the opening match to Rob Collins. Then Joe Davis and Scott Baker both won in deciding legs against
140.
Andy Jenkins and Rob Collins. And we've just seen Joe Davis defeat Jason Askew 4-2.
100. 41.
40, followed by a 41. That will have Jenks raging.
59.
No real damage done.
96.
Just start to see Jenks just climb on his toes slightly. That's a sign that he's giving it absolutely everything. So is Baker.
180. 125. 100. Andy, you require 99.
Can only get one dart at a double off of 99. Went for the tops.
59. Scott, you require 62.
20 or a 12. He decided on 12.
Game shot on the
And
fifth
that's
leg.
why he
Scott
fancied
Baker.
tops. And in it goes, a 62 finish, a 15-dart break of throw. Well, Scott Baker is well into this match now. And he's just a hole to throw away from levelling things up.
Scott to throw first. Game on. 100.
Andy Jenkins still maintaining an average of 95. Scott Baker averaging 88.
140. 140.
Trading 140s.
58.
Bit of breathing space. 42, the lead, plus these. Oh dear.
43.
That's given Andy Jenkins an outside glimmer. He should be coming down. Oh, a bit of old school darts from Jenks. That's the problem.
86.
If you don't hit the first two treble 20s, you're in trouble on 303.
100.
177 would be perfect to leave tops.
99. Scott, you require 118.
118. Does he have your number, Scott Baker?
Game shot on the sixth leg.
Well,
Scott
not
Baker.
so far. He takes the 118 out to take us all the way, and Andy Jenkins has the darts in the decider. Well, pick a winner from here.
Seventh
I can.
and final leg. It's Andy to throw first. Game on.
Well, they really have treated us to an absolute cracker.
45.
3 out of 3 on the doubles for Jenks. 3 out of 4 for Scott Baker. If you combine his first
100.
match, he's 7 out of 8 on the doubles in 2 matches so far.
57.
That is outstanding doubling.
100. 96.
Well, Baker has the throw.
$81.
Huge final treble 20 in the context of the match. And the emotional approach
43.
by Jenks. He now has a 40 lead plus these. Is he, well, he's going to leave a finish. How low will it be?
100.
That'll do. Nerves, you can feel it. 140, minimum requirement for me.
60.
And that's a disaster because
Scott,
that gives Baker
120.
2 visits to get rid of the 120.
100. 60. Scott, you
What
require
to end
20.
the run of matches for Andy Jenkins.
Game,
He
shot,
finds
and the match. Scott Baker.
the double 5, and he does stop the rot. That was 3 out of 3 in favour of Andy Jenkins going in to that match. But Scott Baker eventually brings an end to that run, winning full 3. Really, really enjoyable match. Averages fairly irrelevant when you put it in the context of things. A really close fought-out battle. Right, we're going to be back with Rob Collins against Joe Davis. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you live on Sporty Stuff TV. Well, this is match number 6. Everybody's played 2. Top of the table, Joe Davis played 2-1-2. Scott Baker played 2-1-2. Leg difference 3 for Davis plus 3 for Baker. Absolutely as tight as you like. Rob Collins played 2-1-1, and Andy Jenkins, well, both matches have gone to the decider, and he's lost both. So only -2 on the leg difference. And Jason Askew played 2, lost 2. But a lot of matches to go.
It's Rob to throw first. Game on.
This is match number 6 of 10. So 5 down, 5 to go. 5 to 6, each of 2 this one.
28.
The only 5 to 6 I liked was over 1.5 180s. That's 5 to 6 as well. They've not learned.
60.
And as we've already seen from Collins, once he gets his eye in and that first dart goes in, he does tend to follow.
140.
Well done, Mace. Jinxie Joe.
$100.
Absolutely loving all the positive feedback. So many of you tuned in to Sporty Stuff TV and enjoy
81.
watching all the action on your television.
$55. $40.
We're back at 9:30 in the morning for the conclusion of Group C. Colin Osborne tops that at the moment. A very impressive day
58.
from him. He's currently on 8 points.
140.
Only the one defeat. A strange one to Mike Gillett. He's on 8 points plus 12. Mike Gillett, only the one defeat for him today.
Robbie
He's on
72.
8 points plus 4. And Stephen Burton, my pick to win that group, 6 points and plus 4.
56. Joe, you require
The conclusion
88.
of this group will be back on Sporty Stuff TV at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And then the finals from 10 p.m. Saturday night. 6 players will battle it out for Week 2 title. And the winner, of course, progresses to Champions Week, which is Week 5, where there's £10,000 of prize money up for grabs.
Second leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on. $58.
Not bad work if you can get it. I personally couldn't afford to take the pay cut, but handy money, I suppose.
$140.
It's actually the highest prize money available in amateur darts right now, as it stands.
180. $133.
There's one of the 180s we needed. Just need one more. for me.
41.
That's a
Joe,
much
you require
safer
170.
5 to 6 bet, especially as I expect this leg to go, well, at least 6 legs.
98.
Well, he'd love another one here to leave tops. No, sir.
45. Joe, you require 72.
To double his lead and hold throw, despite the max from Collins. Double 6.
Game shot on the second leg. Joe Davis.
Again, right in the middle of that double. And he does double his lead. 2-0 is the scoreline. A must-win leg coming up now for Rob Collins.
Third leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on. $100.
I found it hard to. I just sort of sided with Joe Davis in this one. But it was hard to pick out either player. That's for sure.
58.
Winning 4-0. I expected it to, 4-1, 4-2, possibly go all the way. That's been the theme for this evening, of course.
140.
5 matches played. 3 of them have gone 4-3. The other one 4-2. And only opener has gone just the 5 legs. So
140.
that leaves the options for the 180s.
$100.
Well, it won't be coming in this leg because Joe Davis will be down on the 19s.
$99. Rob, you require 161.
He may go for a 180 to leave 24. Rob Collins just needs to leave it handy.
90.
And he's done just that. Left 71. How much pressure can Joe Davis put that 71 under? And I can assure you
40.
it's absolutely
Rob, you require
baking
71.
in these studios. 2 10s for 2-1.
51.
And before anybody says, why don't you have air conditioning?
Joe,
think
you
about it.
require 164.
20 odd gram objects being thrown in the air, assisted by air conditioning. I think not.
46. Rob, you require 20. $10.
Well, has to be careful here.
Joe, you require 118.
118, well within the scope of Joe Davis. Took a 1-2-1 out, of course, in his opening match.
80.
Oof.
Rob, you require 10.
Well, his heart would have been in his mouth watching
Game shot on the
the
third
dart
leg.
go towards
Rob
the 19 area, but Rob Collins does find the double 5 and does pick one back. 2-1, still Joe Davis has that all-important break of throw.
Fourth leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
Are we going to get the second 180 needed?
80.
Well, there's 80 floor.
$98.
Jason Askew against Andy Jenkins up next, and Andy Jenkins will be doing everything to get a win on the board. He's been unfortunate.
30.
Lost both his matches, 4-3. And has had darts, of course, in those matches.
99.
Just not been his night so far. be, his effort can't be questioned.
100.
Every player now giving it absolutely everything, of course. A lot of money up for grabs.
$28.
Champions Week, of course. Week 5. This is week 2.
100.
And the players coming in over the next couple of weeks. And don't forget, we have our Mad Darts Qualifiers, of course. We had our
57.
first one yesterday, won by Robert Wickwood. Congratulations to him. He will be competing in week 6, I do believe. There is another qualifier tomorrow.
97.
And don't worry, due to the current and ongoing COVID restrictions, the qualifiers, if you have the camera and the ability to set it up, are being played
Joe, you require
at your
94.
home. Obviously, if you win your qualifier like Robert, you'll be down here for, pretty sure it's week 6. All your accommodations paid for. And you can have a crack at these players.
69. Rob, you require 82.
So 82 to level things up. There's the bullseye. Double 16 needed. Can he use that? Can he slide down the side of it?
Game shot on the
Yes
fourth
is the
leg.
answer. A
Rob
wonderful
Collins.
dart from Rob Collins and a bit of emotion, a clench of the fist. He levels things up and gets the break back. 2-2. A bit of Desmond, as my old pal
Fifth leg. It's Rob to throw first.
Alan
Game
Warner
on.
Little likes to call it.
$180.
Oh, we're pretty good at this, aren't we? There's that 5-6 covered. Both courtesy of Rob Collins.
70. $55.
I picked out a load of winners today. In fact, we've had a good week. We've had some 11-4 shots, some 5-2 shots. We had the 11-8 earlier. We had the
100.
180 bets pop in with good regularity. Congratulations if you're on board. Good luck
99.
if you're reaching the latter stages of your roll-up or your ACCA, whatever you prefer to call it.
97. Rob, you require 167.
Trouble 19 leaves the ball. Will he go for it?
Game
You better
shot,
believe
fifth
it.
leg.
A
Rob
12
Collins.
darter and another clench of the fist from Rob Collins. What a wonderful fight back this has been. He was 2-0 down and now goes 3-2 up
Sixth
with
leg.
that
It's Joe to throw
167.
first.
Our
Game on.
second 167 of the week. Richard North hit the other one. And a 164
100.
as well, of course.
$59.
The 170 yesterday from Colin Osborne.
125.
And the 164, of course, from our Group A winner, Jared Cole. And the 167
41.
from Richard North. And that was in a 4-3 win against Jared Cole.
97.
Sure, Jared is sat in the hotel enjoying having his feet up for a couple of days.
140.
It's a tough, tough 3 days. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The players arriving around 7:30 in the morning. It's a tough school. Like I say, if you think it's easy,
140.
maddarts.tv. Get your entries in. Come and show us how good you are. A rare opportunity in sport. You get the opportunity to put up
57.
or shut up.
Joe, you require 39.
You can do it all on Sporty Stuff TV. Double 16 for yet another match going to the wire.
7.
He'll be back.
$60. Joe, you require 32. Game shot on the 6th flag.
Eventually finds the double 16 with his final dart. And we do go all the way for the 4th time in 6 matches. Rob Collins, he has the advantage. He has the throw in the decider.
Final leg. It's Rob to throw first. Game on.
Yet another really entertaining match.
140.
Again, averages around the mid-80s mark. But it's competitive.
$98.
So if you didn't like that game between Scott Baker and Andy Jenkins, you're watching the wrong sport, dear boy.
68.
Or girl. Or whatever there is in between. Because that was fabulous sporting entertainment. Exciting and nip and tuck.
180.
Like I say, if you think it's rubbish, get your darts out, get your £11 entry in, and get yourself qualified.
57.
I'll be the first to doff my cap to you. Rob Collins, can't
59.
believe what's happened this leg. Started so strongly. Started with a 140 and then has followed it up with scores of 68 and 57
60.
And 60, giving Joe Davis
Joe, you require 164.
a minimum of 2 visits now to get rid of 164 because Rob Collins not on a finish. Well, he should just stay there and has done. Very, very mature
132.
and quality board management from Joe Davis. Much like in golf, they have course management. We have board management.
43.
And that was a perfect example of that. Something myself and my colleague
Joe,
Paul Nicholson
32.
are huge fans of. Even more so of a player of Joe's age, showing great maturity.
Shot. And the match.
And finds
Joe Davis.
the break of throw and wins in 13 darts. Another really, really exciting game and an average there for Joe Davis of 89.17 and 40% on the outside ring. Very, very respectable, entertaining all the same. Right, we're going to be straight back with Jason Askew and Andy Jenkins on Sporty Stuff TV. Good evening and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for the Online Darts Live League. Phase 2, Group B, Week 2. There's the table. Joe Davis remains unbeaten, as does Scott Baker. 3 from 3, 2 from 2 for Scott. Rob Collins played 3, won just 1. +1 on the leg difference. Andy Jenkins played 2, lost 2, both fall 3.
Leg, it's Jason
-2.
First. Game on.
And Jason Askew firmly on the bottom of the table. This is the man that the odds compilers
100
made favourite for this group and favourite for the week.
99.
We opposed him fairly strongly, didn't we? Early doors, and picked up the 11-8 that was on offer about
60.
Joe Davis. He obliged with an average of 94.53. Convincing 4-2 win in the end.
100.
Rob Collins a little unlucky again in that last match, but Joe Davis rock solid, it has to be said. 90.54 in match 1, 94.53 in match 2, and 89.17 in match 3. That's impressive by anybody's standards.
$80.
And let's not forget, in those matches, he had to battle through against Andy Jenkins 4-3, and then 4-2 against Jason Askew, and 4-3 against Rob Collins. It's not like they're 4-0 blowouts.
58.
Andy Jenkins looking a little disgruntled. You can
96.
almost sympathise with him, losing his opening 2 matches 4-3, and had darts in them both, of course.
132. Andy, you require 105.
Treble 18 leaves double 16.
Game shot on the first leg. Andy Jenkins.
In it pops. A 105 for Andy Jenkins on the double 16 after picking off that beautiful treble 18. Gives him a breaker throw and a 1-0 lead.
It's Andy to throw first. Game on. $180.
Jason was the favourite again before the off, as
58.
we mentioned during the last game.
$140.
Oh, that was very, very close for Andy Jenkins. Finding
140.
6 perfect. But it is a 180 and a 140.
60.
And he's down to 1-2-1 after 9 in this second leg.
$58. And you require 121.
$18 to leave 32. Again, good ball management by Jenks. Askew not on a finish. 2-1 now. Jason
59.
Askew, 4-11. About Andy Jenkins. For you short price
no score.
Punters, I'd like to weigh in. Andy looking for a way out in this second leg.
140.
Especially
Andy
now, that way out is 2 16s.
Shot on the second leg.
And
Andy
this time
Jenkins.
he finds it as sweet as a nut and leads 2-0. Very, very convincing so far by Andy Jenkins. The woes continue for Askew.
It's Jason to throw first. Game on. $60. 180.
That's Andy's second
140.
in the match.
$58.
Absolutely in control right now.
57.
Andy Jenkins.
$100.
Not down to a finish, but Askew needs to do this.
120.
Well, not that. But the two trebles were very, very useful indeed.
65. Jason, you require 124.
Andy won't be too concerned, as it's only going to be a holder throw if he hits the ball.
75.
Oh,
Andy, you
love
require
to see
98.
this 98 go in. Treble 17 for double 16 now. 66, maybe ball. Yep, the ball would have
57.
left double 8. That leaves
Jason, you require
41.
49.
Just finds the 17.
Game shot on the third leg. Jason Askew.
And Jason Askew does eventually get a leg on the board, but it's Andy Jenkins with that break of throw and in control.
Fourth leg, it's Andy to throw first. Game on.
180 in that leg as well for Andy.
45.
Oh dear. That is not what he wanted.
60.
What is going on here? I think he's saying to himself.
81. 40.
These two not been placed in the same groups
96.
since we reintroduced phase 2. So no real recent data to go on.
93.
Again, it was hard to back
85.
the favourite, Jason Askew, in this one, even though they've both yet to pick up a win this evening.
92.
Andy has looked the more convincing of the two, and of course has created
81.
opportunities to win matches on both occasions. Lovely second dart.
100. Andy, you require 113.
So 113, treble 19, double 18, treble 14 for double 16.
53. Jason,
Kicks
you
off.
require 116.
Neither of them can ask you. Take out the 116.
96. Andy requires 60.
One dart left.
40.
Andy Jenkins
Jason, you require 20.
is just having one of those nights, isn't he?
Game shot on the fourth leg. Jason
Askew
Askew.
finds the corner of double 10 and breaks throw. 2-2 the score now, and Askew has the darts in leg 5.
Fifth leg, it's Jason to throw first. Game on.
The row has got to go. One of them is going to pick up their first win.
100.
It's not an unbeaten O, of course.
180.
That's the battling spirit of Rocky Andy Jenkins.
139.
A third max for Andy. Needs
59.
to follow it up. I don't like that 19 shot because I have to do a lot of moving around from 262. A straight ton doesn't leave a finish.
95.
Or if he'd have gone for the treble 17 and picked off the 17 and put a 4 on the end, a straight ton is good enough, and you can have 3 darts
98.
at one
Jason
target.
McGuire, 167.
Treble 19 for the ball. We've seen Rob Collins
83.
slot
Andy
that out,
McGuire,
of course,
164.
tonight already. Rob Collins doing the 167 in our last match, where he went
56.
down
Jason
4-3
McGuire,
to Joe
84.
Davis. This is for 3 legs on the spin, and to go in front
59.
for the first time.
Andy Require, 108.
He's not looked like having one of those shots out. Randy's already had a 105.
76.
And it was on
Jason
double 16.
Require,
This
25.
time the double 16 eludes him. Double 8 for 3 on the spin.
9.
Wow.
Andy Require, 32.
How close was that? When it's not your night, it's not your night. Has to move to change his line of
16.
fire to touching the wire on the outside, and the third
Jason
dart
Require, 16.
touching the wire on the inside. Jenks can't believe it. Askew can't believe he's getting another go.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Jason Askew.
But it goes in, and another leg that Andy hits a 180 in, and he loses. That's now 3 on the spin for Jason Askew, and he's 1 away.
6th leg. It's Andy to throw first. Game on.
Andy will be absolutely spewing.
93.
Well, if he loses another one 4-3, he will be absolutely pig sick.
57. 140. 43. 84.
Well, 217 points is the lead.
100.
Only a ton, so Andy has got some breathing space to just a bit of a cushion, a bit of comfort.
140.
Just to close the leg out without any additional pressure. And then he's just going to have to go for it yet again. And the 7th and deciding leg.
44.
I will be putting in a bill for overtime at this rate.
12.
This will be our 5th match to go all the way out of 7.
99. Andy Require, 32.
I'm losing my
Game
voice.
shot on the
Some of
6th
you
leg. Andy Jenkins.
would be pleased about, but Andy Jenkins does find the double in the end. And yet again, as I said, for the 5th time in 7, we're going all the way.
7th and final leg. It's Jason to throw first. Game on. $121.
Big game to follow the next one. Someone's O will definitely have to go in that one, as Joe Davis faces off against Scott Baker. Even money, Joe Davis, 8-11.
134.
Scott Baker. Of course, both
100.
unbeaten for the night. So A different type of O to go.
100.
Well, unless Jenks can find something absolutely spectacular, this will be his third consecutive
24.
match.
Jason, you require
He's
146.
going to lose 4-3.
$72.
Needs to fill it. Nope. Trying too hard. Too much use of the tricep.
78. Jason, you
Inside,
requires 74.
he will be absolutely raging.
58. $140. Jason, you require 16. Game, shot, and the match. Jason Askew.
As predicted, Andy Jenkins is out the room and absolutely raging to lose another match 4-3. We will get a table update when we return, but there's the numbers. And as you can see, for me, Andy Jenkins, the better player. Jason Askew, the better finisher. Sure, he might be a better fisherman. Who knows? Up next, Joe Davis against Scott Baker. Someone's O has definitely got to go in that one. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you live on Sporty Stuff TV. There's a look at the table. So someone's O is going to go here. Will Joe Davis prevail and end top of the table? Will Scott Baker take the top spot? This is the final match of the evening for Joe Davis. Scott Baker has one more to play after this one.
First leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
Final three matches, Joe Davis, Scott Baker, then Andy Jenkins in our penultimate match against Rob Collins, and then it'll be Scott Baker against Jason Askew, who just won his first match
135
of the evening. 23 pages, boys.
135.
Keep writing, and certainly not writing Scott Baker off or Joe Davis here. Joe Davis, the even money shot
85.
of the two, the outsider. Scott Baker, 8-11.
97.
A win, and Davis will be guaranteed
95.
to come in to tomorrow night as the table topper, the overnight
99.
leader. Colin Osborne is the overnight leader in Group C. We're back at 9:30 a.m. I might as well just stay in the studio.
95. Scott, you require 170.
Bullseye.
145. Joe, you require 91.
Could sit back, I suppose, and put some of my great matches that I was involved in on the big screen on the studio. Cup of coffee. Maybe a cup of cocoa.
50. Scott, you require 25. Game shot on the first leg. Scott
Baker, well, sets his stall out there, hasn't he? A 14-dart breaker throw in the opening leg of this match. Like I say, whose O is going to go?
Leg, it's Scott to throw first.
Both
Game on.
unbeaten going into this match.
59.
And again, we've been asked on social media. Well, I haven't because I'm not on it, but for those of
60.
you that wonder how you can get involved, enter the MAD qualifier, maddarts.tv.
180.
They are on social media and Instagram and Facebook and whatever else there is. And you can climb out of your box room
134.
and just show us how good you are. Robert Wickwood has done just that.
94.
Performed brilliantly in yesterday's final, and he will be taking part and has the chance to win £5,000. You have to be
140.
mad not to get involved. Look up the website, maddarts.tv. All of the entry details
140.
is there.
Joe, you
There is
require 167.
3 more qualifiers. Only real dart players
99.
apply.
Scott, you require 28.
Well, some good names in the qualifier
Game
yesterday.
shot on the second leg.
Back
Scott
to back.
Baker.
14 dart legs for Scott Baker. Gives him a 2-0 lead. Again, another solid performance
Third leg, it's
from
Joe
the
to
man
throw
from
first.
Tipton.
Game on.
The Mod. I wonder if anybody's been called the
140.
West Midlands Warrior or something like that. I know we have the Wanderer and Wayne Jones. Another fabulous player from that part of the world.
44.
So many, isn't there? All starting off with Johnny Cosnett, of course. God rest his soul, no longer with us. Former
58.
British Open winner and a famous money racer from the West Midlands.
60.
Of course, nowadays, Jamie Hughes. Jason Lowe, of course. Ian Jones, a long-time stalwart of West Midlands darts. There's been so many over the years. I lived there for 10 years.
96.
Towards the back end of my playing career and enjoyed every minute of it. It's a wonderful standard. Myself and Scotty Baker locked horns many a time. He was just starting out then, of course.
139.
Still a handful then. Joe Davis, a handful in this third leg.
100. Joe, you require 120.
It's been a blistering start. Those players averaging around a ton. This is for a 15 darter.
100.
That was perfect for him. Any other player whose darts sit up above horizontal to the floor, very much like Scott
100.
Baker's, wouldn't have been a lot of good.
Joe, you require 20.
Joe Davis throws a very flat dart.
Game shot on the third leg.
And
Joe Davis.
a very accurate one. That's a 16 dart holder throw for Joe. And he closes the gap to just one. Scott Baker has the darts in leg 4 to re-establish
fourth leg.
that
It's
2-leg
first.
advantage.
Game on.
Again, another good game so
60.
far. Both players, well, 97.81 for Baker, 97.26 for Davis as we start leg 4.
96. 100. 140.
Grafting away. You can see why these two are unbeaten so far tonight.
83.
But a chance here for Joe. The breaker throw is on. Does need a breaker throw now, of course, to win the match.
57.
Needs at least 2 trebles. Would love 3.
140.
Flashed at that one. Put a quick one in there, didn't he?
$100. Scott, you require 118. 58. Joe, you require 108.
For the absolute thousands and thousands of you staying with us into the early hours. Analytical data coming through. So much great feedback on social media.
88. Scott, you require 60.
Glad you've stayed up to join us.
Game
Watch
shot
the
on
action.
fourth leg.
And
Scott
that's
Baker.
a 17 dart holder throw for Scott Baker, and he does re-establish that 2-leg cushion. Joe Davis now with it all to do.
Fifth leg, it's Joe to throw first. Game on.
Said before the off, Joe Davis was the even money shot.
95.
Baker was 8 to 11.
59.
Can now get 9-2 about Davis and 1-7 Scott Baker.
100.
There has been some wonderful darts tonight.
60.
Especially considering these aren't professional players, of course.
95.
The full-time professional players are excluded, unfortunately, because of
100.
contractual obligations to the PDC. So our online darts live league are made up of players like Joe Davis, who are learning their trade,
93.
gaining experience all the time to make that transition into full-time professional. And players like this man, Scott Baker, who
54.
was a tour card holder, will
Joe,
be looking
require 118.
to re-establish himself in that top 128. Giving the players a wonderful opportunity to not only play under the lights, but earn some fabulous money.
94.
Apparently, that's a bad thing. If you're a blend
83. Joe, you require 24.
or a Belmet. 24 for 3-2.
No score.
I can assure you, the
Scott,
players
you require
absolutely
145.
love every minute of this. Maybe not Andy Jenkins this evening, or maybe not Joe Davis if this tops goes in. That was to wrap it up.
Joe, you require
4-1.
24.
Oh, a deep breath. Reset himself. Focus on the target. And slot it home. And make Baker serve it out.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
That's exactly
Joe Davis.
what he's done. One match dart has come and gone on the back of that 145 for Baker. It was a wonderful effort. And wow, didn't Joe Davis hold it all together well in
Sixth leg. It's Scott to throw first. Game on.
his attempt there at 24. Then at sixes and found, well, possibly
82.
the hardest double of them all. Right on the bottom of the board. So he's making
100.
Baker serve this one out. And of course, we have established veterans
100.
and absolute legends of the sport. Martin Adams has been involved aplenty. In fact, he's in Champions Week. He won week 1.
100.
He also, of course,
41.
victorious in week 7 in our phase 1. Had some wonderful names picking up the weekly titles. Scott Marsh, Chas Barstow, James Richardson, Kevin Burness doing the double, Jared Cole, of course, Martin Adams, Chas
96.
Barstow, and Richie Burnett winning our special. Robert Thornton's been runner-up a few times. Don't panic, he will be back.
100.
And we have got some great names coming up over the next weeks and months. Some absolute legends of the sport. No, I'm not playing.
58.
Well, not yet. So, 178 for Baker. Oh, dear. Could go ball.
44.
I suggested going the ball
Joe, you
because
require 147.
the ball would have given him a shot at 128, which, if he'd have hit a 25, of course, which he should do at least, and the 128, you only need
93.
the
Scott,
one
you
treble.
require
If you're at an 18,
134.
you can go treble 20 and ball. The throw is not over after dart 1.
94.
And you watch that, and that's exactly what he's done. So he would have had a dart at the
Joe, you
ball
require
for the match.
54.
There is logic behind my lunacy, I can assure you. Tops for 3-3.
Game shot on the sixth leg.
He has got
Joe
away
Davis.
with a few tonight. And you'd have to say, I think that's a bit of another one. But it's 3-all. And Davis has the darts in the decider. Yet another one going to a seventh leg.
It's Joe to throw first. Game on.
I am definitely putting in for some overtime. I'm getting myself some strepsils. Other throat lozenges are available, of course.
58.
Only 58. Is Joe Davis
81.
going to go through the card unbeaten? Won his first match 4-3. Won his second match 4-2. Won his third match 4-3. Is he going to win this one 4-3?
60.
Pick me some numbers out for tomorrow night, please, Joe. 120 odd mil.
60. 60.
Harder you try, the harder they are to find. 11-10, Joe Davis. 4-6. How about Scott Baker?
57.
What can Baker do with 300?
100. 59. 81.
'Well, he's first down to a finish.
100. Scott, you require 119.
I know which one I'd rather be going at, and it's this one. Oh dear. Well, he has to stay switched on here. Trouble 19 leaves tops.
41. Joe, you
That's
require
nowhere near.
126.
So he's going to get 2 darts at the treble 19. Only needs 1 to get a dart at the ball. Cancel that.
87. Scott, you require 78.
Treble 18, double 12. Single 18 leaves 20 and tops.
38.
Well, if Joe Davis wins this one,
39.
he is living a blessed evening and early hours of the morning.
Game, shot, and the match. Joe Davis.
When your name's on pot, lad, he does come through the group unbeaten, and he does inflict the first defeat on Scott Baker. It's another one, a bit like Andy Jenkins. He will walk away scratching his head, wondering why. Well, we're going to be back with Andy Jenkins in our next match, our penultimate match of the night, and he'll be facing Rob Collins on Sporty Stuff TV. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you're watching around the world, and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League on Sporty Stuff TV. There is Joe Davis firmly on the top of the table, 4 out of 4 unbeaten in this opening session of Group B. Scott Baker in second place, a chance for Rob Collins to overtake Scott Baker.
First leg, it's Andy to throw first.
Move in
Game
to
on.
second spot. Poor old Jenks rooted to the bottom of the table somehow.
85.
Andy Jenkins played 3 matches, lost them all, 4-3.
121.
Good pals, these two. Know each other's game very, very well. They play in a similar league and local singles league tournaments, as well as local tournaments over the years.
45.
The banter between these two is something to behold.
68.
Even at this time of night, something I don't think I'd happily repeat.
100.
Don't do this very often, but a very special happy birthday to
66.
Kathy Ashdown, the wife, of course, of our spotter and legendary referee Richard Ashdown, and master of ceremonies, of course.
45.
Carving out some career behind the scenes in the world of broadcasting.
43.
Andy Jenkins 4-6, Rob Collins 11-10.
40.
Andy will just want to pick up a win. If he doesn't pick up a win tonight
84.
in this final
Rob, you
match,
require 150.
or should I say this morning, he won't be a happy bunny going into tomorrow night's session.
105. Andy, you require 100.
To hold throw. He's done this tonight already. Not this way though.
84. Rob, you require 45.
So, for a break of throw, 5 tops. It's just in the 5.
25. Andy, you require 16. No score.
Well, that's a dart of
Rob, you require
disbelief,
20.
disbelief and disinterest.
Game shot on the first leg.
Stuffing knocked out of him tonight has Andy Jenkins, and Rob Collins steps in and punishes a break of throw as well. That's a bonus. He leads 1-0.
Second leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on. 60. 95.
Our final match of this session. To follow this one is Scott Baker against Jason Askew.
140.
Incredibly, Scott Baker 10-11, Jason Askew 4-5.
26.
Well, if they play to type on tonight's performances, there's only one winner for me, and that's Scott Baker.
140. 100. Rob, you require 161.
Tidy leg here from Collins. 2 tons at a 140. That leaves the ball He's going for it.
Game shot on the
And
second
why
leg.
not?
Rob Collins.
Right in the bullseye. And that is a hold of throw for Rob Collins. And he now leads 2-0.
Third leg, it's Andy to throw first. Game on.
Rob Collins, of course, had the 167 earlier.
96.
And that's a 161 for a 12-dart hold of throw. Beautiful stuff. Route 1 darts from Rob Collins.
60. 100. 96. 58. 140.
Collins right back in the leg.
58.
Well, if Rob Collins can win this one 4-0, certainly won't do his
90.
leg difference any harm, of course. And this will come down to leg difference at some point, I can assure you.
125. Rob, you require 115.
Would put Rob Collins into second position. And Scott Baker
35.
will have
Andy
to win. I
requires
expect him
64.
to be Askew.
32.
Right,
Rob, you
80
require 80.
for Rob Collins for 3-0. Oh, he's gone for tops. Attacking stuff. Can he see enough of the tops?
Game
Sure
shot on
can.
the third leg.
Picks
Rob
out
Collins.
the left-hand side. The right-hand side of the bed was blocked. And Rob Collins slots it in tops for the double break of throw and a 3-0 lead. One away from
Fourth leg, it's
inflicting
Rob to throw
a
first.
fourth
Game on.
defeat to Andy Jenkins on a night that's just not been his night.
45.
As I've said, it's a tough school.
96. 51.
Jenks just going through the motions and understandably absolutely sick.
41.
He really fancied going all the way this week. Finished second in Group A, just missing out. He knows
100.
more than anybody that his race is run in
58.
this Group B. Joe Davis unbeaten.
92.
He is the man to stop tomorrow night when you rejoin us at 10 p.m. on Sporty Stuff
83.
TV. Once again, thank you so much for all of you that have tuned in. All the positivity on the social media platforms is being very well received.
60.
Thank you very much.
$125. Rob, you require 153.
Trouble 19 for double eight.
99. Andy,
It's
you require
okay.
98.
I almost feel Andy has to take this out. Treble 18 for double 12. He went for the treble 20, double 9.
58.
He
Rob,
liked
you
the
require
light.
54.
So 14 and tops. 1 match dart.
34.
2 match darts.
Andy, you require 40.
Andy to pick one back.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Does
Andy
that.
Jenkins.
And it's a break of throw. That's a bit of a bonus for Jenks. A break of throw. Still trails 3-1. Still got a big task ahead.
Fifth leg. It's Andy to throw first. Game on. $135. $70. $47.
Two match darts in leg 4 for
85.
Rob Collins. Actually knew a Rob Collins back in the day from Bristol. He was a
97.
He was a rapper, if I remember rightly. Released a few tunes back in the day. Not very
45.
much. He's tuned in watching the darts, but if you are, that'd be well, Rob.
94.
Lifeline has woken Andy up a little bit. Looks like he fancies the job now.
76. Andy, you require 128.
Well, setbacks pave the way for getbacks, of course.
78. $105. Andy, you require 50. $34. Rob, you require 120.
Didn't fancy the De Souza. Tops.
40. Andy, you require 16. No score. Rob, you require 80.
Well, there's one of them.
40.
4 match darts now for
Andy, you require 16.
Rob Collins. And he's thinking to himself, well, nobody really missed against me in this situation all night. What's going on now?
Game shot on the fifth leg. Andy Jenkins.
Another one back for Jenks. Rob Collins has the darts, and this is the key leg for Rob Collins. Loses this one, and he has the darts in the decider, of
Sixth
course.
leg, it's Rob to throw first. Game on. $59. $85.
That's a wry smile from Rob Collins. Just searching, praying to find
60.
one of the many good legs he's had this evening. And it's just eluding him. It's elusive. A good leg
140.
is eluding him. Where Andy Jenkins is just free rolling. He's got the attitude, well, I was 3-0 down. I've had a bad night. I don't care. I'm just throwing.
99.
Rob Collins absolutely trying his off.
57.
And this game
134.
only becomes almost impossible is when you try.
134. Rob, you require 149.
Treble 19 leaves double 16.
117. And you require 85.
What's that now? Is that 5 match darts? Tops for Jenks. That's a perfect guide.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
In it goes.
Andy Jenkins.
And Andy Jenkins does take the 85 out. He is back to 3-all. Well, wouldn't it be a little bit ironic? Who sung that? I will remember it. But it's Andy Jenkins to throw first.
Game on.
In the final leg. Jenks is doing
140.
to Rob what everyone's done to Jenks all night.
$140.
Both piling in with 140s at the start of this deciding
80.
leg. First slip is by Andy Jenkins. Collins looking to throw with a little bit more freedom, and there's the result.
$99.
In these situations, you've always just got to try and shut the brain off. Throw on instinct.
140.
Impressive leg from Rob Collins. 140. 131. 140.
100.
90
Rob,
after
you
9.
require
A
90.
possible 11 darter. Now this would sum up Jenks's night. Oh, move the wire.
60.
Twice.
And you require 82.
Should go for the ball. The ball leaves double 16. 25 leaves 57. Big target. 19 leaves the ball. To win it. On the ball.
57. Rob, you require 30.
Being 3-0 down, Jenks has had a match start.
No score. And you require 25.
Double 4.
Game, shot, and the match. Andy Jenkins.
Andy will have prayed for a bit of that luck earlier on. Alas, it was not to be for Jenks tonight, and it wasn't to be for Rob Collins in that game. It was enjoyable, even if it did lack some quality at times. Right, we're going to be back with Scott Baker up against Jason Askew in our final match of the night. Good evening and, well, good morning or good evening, wherever you are, or even good morning, and welcome back to Sporty Stuff TV for the final match of this Online Darts Live League Week 2 Group B pool of players. And it features Jason Askew against Scott Baker. Scott Baker, a chance
First
here
leg, it's Scott to throw first.
to
Game on.
consolidate his position in second spot.
59.
Top 3 in this group goes through to Saturday night's final.
58.
So still plenty to play for. Everybody has picked up a win tonight, of course. Joe
97.
Davis really is out in front. But Scott Baker has a chance to put a bit of distance between
57.
himself and everyone else. Andy Jenkins just picked up his first win, of course,
97.
against Rob Collins after being 3-0 down. He joins a very elite group of players. I will try and dig that stat out.
180.
180 against the throw to Jason Askew.
180.
Instant response by Scott Baker.
58. Scott, you require 68.
The winner, of course, goes through
28.
to the
Jason, you require
latter
148.
stages of Champions Week.
60.
So,
Scott, you
tops
require 40.
for a 16 dart holder throw.
Game shot on the first leg.
And that
Scott
is
Baker.
a 17 dart holder throw there for Scott Baker. Getting off to the ideal start. Both players hitting a max in that leg. If you covered the 180
Second
market,
leg, it's Jason's
well
to throw
done.
first. Game on.
Was over 1.5. Well, that's done and dusted.
58. 83. 96. 99.
Chat with Phil Bars earlier about this group this evening.
100.
For me, Scott Baker was the one that stood out a little, but it's been Joe Davis who has stepped up,
85.
winning 3 of his 4 matches 4-3 and the other one 4-2. Unbeaten
100.
the night.
$140.
Good pressure
Jason, you
from
require
Baker.
147.
Treble 17 for double 18. Oof, very close.
95. Scott, you require 94.
Treble 18 for tops. 18, double 18 for tops. Well, he went for treble 20, double 8.
54. Jason, you require 52.
Previously, has gone the double 18
Game
tops
shot
route.
on the second leg. Jason Askew.
A 17 dart hold in leg 1 for Baker has been replicated in leg 2 by Jason Askew. 1 apiece. Baker's to throw first in leg 2. 3.
Third leg, it's Scott to throw
It's
first.
late.
Game on. 48. 123. 60.
Here's Askew about to find some form.
60.
Here's Baker running out of bullets.
100. 100.
It's a big game for Askew. A win here will move him on to
55.
4 points and give him every chance to claim one of the 3 qualifying spots
100.
tomorrow night.
$140. Jason, you require 118.
Tops.
98. Scott, you require 98.
Treble 20, double 19. Oh, that leaves 83. Treble 17, double 16. Ooh.
36.
So,
Jason, you require 20.
2 tens for break a throw.
10.
He's doing that
Scott, you require 62.
terrible thing of throwing it at the double rather than in it.
Game shot on the third leg. Scott Baker.
Scott Baker steps in and says, oh, thank you very much. Jason Askew, how will that affect him going into the start of leg 4?
Fourth leg, it's Jason to throw first. Game on.
Can just plant so many negatives. You think to
86.
yourself, why hasn't that gone in? Why am I not a breaker throw up and throwing with absolute freedom
100.
here?
$140. 140. 140. 60. Jason, you require 135. Game shot on the fourth
And
leg.
a lovely
Jason Askew.
135 from Jason Askew to hold throw. There's a few signs of what Askew is capable of. A lovely 135 finish on double 12. Levels
Fifth
things
leg,
up.
it's Scott to throw
And
first.
Scott has the
Game on.
darts in leg 5.
92.
Once again, thank you very much for tuning in to Sporty Stuff TV.
78.
Hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, thanks for tuning in anyway, and thanks for talking about it.
137.
Thanks for spreading the gospel. We love having you along.
60. 140. 96. Scott, you require 132.
Ooh. Ball, double 16 was the strat. He's just missed the second ball. 57 remaining.
92.
Nearly had a wonderful 135 out, followed by a 132. A real showbiz shot, the ball, double 16.
40. Scott, you require 40.
Can he use that? Can he use them both?
20.
Wow. Well, I'd have lost money on that not going in.
140. Scott, you require 20. Game shot on the fifth leg. Scott
No
Baker.
mistake this time, and now the pressure really is on Jason Askew. He has to hold and then break to get anything out of this match.
6th leg. It's Jason to throw first. Game on. $59. 41.
We are back with you at 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Straight after the greyhound racing, I do believe. Trap 2.
100.
I love a night at the Dogs. It'd be great to get back doing a bit of that. It's a wonderful night out
96.
if you've never been. As is a night of the darts, of course.
87.
Brought up in Bristol, of course, and we had a very famous speedway
57.
track and, of course, a very famous dog track. Gerwyn Price, of course.
177.
There's a fair bit of involvement in the old greyhound racing.
93. Scott, you require 96.
Maybe we can do a bit of sporty stuff darts at the
47.
Dogs
Jason,
with
you
Gezi.
require 98.
That would be a bit of fun. So
58.
49 for
Scott, you
Baker
require 49.
to wrap things up. 2 10s.
39.
Wow.
Jason, you require 40.
Well, let's go to a decider just for a change.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Jason Askew.
Well, we do go to a decider. You've not quite got rid of me yet, or Scott Baker, or Jason Askew. We're going to be back in 1 second
Seventh
for
and
the
final
decider.
leg. It's Scott to throw
As
first.
Charlie
Game on.
calls to Fiend, calls Scott Baker to the oche.
59. 100.
8 of our 10 matches
190.
have gone all the way. No wonder we've had a few ton 80s. What a timing to
60.
find! What a time to find your second. Hit one in the opening leg, of course, Baker. Not hit one since then, and then finds one in the decider.
44.
Although he's only followed it with 44.
$95. 43. 40. 59.
Down to the nitty-gritty of this match, and we still don't know who's going to win.
116.
Can Baker take out the 116, or can Askew
100.
take out
Jason,
the 66 to win it?
66.
Could be ball, could be treble 10, could be treble 14 for double 12. Single 12 leaves tops.
Game, shots,
Well,
and the match. Jason
well,
Askew.
holds his hands up. That really has thrown up the table. Tomorrow night, the league table certainly looks a little bit different now after that one. Averages, well, they're tidy enough, aren't they? 85.91 for Askew, 84.52 for Baker. Again, a thoroughly enjoyable match. No, it's not 110 average. Yes, it's enjoyable. We hope you have enjoyed it here on Sporty Stuff TV. We'll see you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Take care.